Hi guys, Penny here, and I'm an Oyster Boy, and today is brew day. And today we're brewing the Light-Hearted Ale. So it's actually come across quite regularly. People have recommended it to us, so it's an absolutely amazing beer. It's a beer that you can't actually get in the UK, but what we'll do is I'll talk more about it with Ace, because I know he'd be desperate to hear about it. So we're at the start of the brew day, so I'll just quickly run through what we got. Fairly straightforward kit here. So in the grain, it comprises of crisp extra pale Maris Otter. We've got crisp Maris Otter, which is making up majority of the grain bill, and then we've got a little bit of CaraGold. Hopefully it's going to add a little bit of sweetness. We've also got the Centennial Pellets and Galaxy, and we will be using the White Labs WLP4040 Midwestern Ale. So that runs out in 4 days, so make sure I've got it done quickly. So we're expecting the OG to be 1.040 and then to finish at 1.012, so a little bit of sweetness left in there. 3.7 ABV with about 55 IBU. So fairly simple mash, relatively short, boils a bit longer at 75 minutes. We've got a couple of hop additions and then one dried hop addition. So carry on watching the video and watch me through my brew day. Hi guys, Penny here. So like I said, all the water's drained out from initially pulling the mash tun out. So oyster top tip, we've got ourselves a tea urn, which massively speeds up the sparge. I remember once it was -2 when I was brewing, and I was using water from the outside tap, and I think this must have been about 5 degrees. Oh man, it must have been sparged for about 2 hours. I think it was a wheat beer as well, and we ran out of oat husks. Absolute nightmare. I mean, we found that on Facebook relatively easily. Another oyster top tip, what we do is we measure the water out when putting it in the tea urn, add the salt, and then we're not having to fart about, remember, oh god, how much have I actually put in? We know that it's just all in there, and then once it's gone, it's the right amount. See you soon.
Down the hole. Hi guys, so we're well under the way here on the boil. So what I tend to do is I like to wait for this, basically for all this gunk at the top to sort of get out the way. I don't have a hop addition till 45 minutes. So there's no instant hop addition. However, if that many of you probably will know, if you throw the hops in now with all this froth at the top, it just goes everywhere. So what I tend to do is just wait till it's gone. Give it as much encouragement as you can before I actually start the boil. I'm happy with that. Let's get the ball rolling.
Hi guys, Penny here. We're coming towards the end of the brew day now, so I'm just chilling the wort. So as you can see, we've got the hose pipe connected up here, and this is our chiller. Basically works similar to a plate-to-plate heat exchanger that you'll find in combi boilers. Basically it's just drawing the heat out of the wort. So you can see you've got the red tap there, so cold goes in, and then it'll basically come through, that it's separated via the plastic, and then you've got the hot water coming through, and it goes back into it. So what I tend to do is I tend to run the pump just without cooling it down, just basically to sterilise this. Run it for 5-10 minutes, because obviously this is close to boiling, so you know that's going to sterilise it, and then switch the tap on. Now what we've done here is we've got a neat little device. So the probe from the grain father is actually going into this sort of pocket here. So it's a dry pocket, so it comes out, goes in, and this will read the temperature of the wort. So from that I will know when I can obviously decant from the grain father into the fermenter without having to wait for it to get to 60 degrees, hoping that's okay. So I'm going to go and put it in the decant, because at the moment it's reading 19 degrees, which is whereabouts I need to be.
Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and today Penny's made a beer.
Yes.
And I've not tried it yet.
No, so it is the Bells Light-Hearted Ale. So they obviously have two ones that are on the website. I think this is one's the more heavy, in-depth one.
Twin-hearted or double-hearted or something?
Which is the super West Coast IPA. As you know, I'm not a massive hop head, so West Coasts are a little bit, I don't know. But if you go on, obviously on the Malt Miller, for example, you can actually put by popularity. They're both very popular beers. I didn't quite want to delve straight into the super West Coast IPA style, so I went with this one.
So this is like the super sessionable one as well, because this is like
sessionable.
3.7%?
Yeah, a little bit more than that. I think it's around about the 3.9 sort of.
Is that yours? It should be 3.7.
Yeah. So yeah, it's super sessionable, and it's from obviously Bells, who we tried the Bells Oberon.
Which was mega.
Mega.
That was a super good wheat beer that we did. The kit's available. Link in the description down below.
And if you want to see the history of Bells, obviously it's more detailed in that one. So basically started off with a bit of a home brewer and then reached out to craft, but you can't get their beers over here.
No.
Unless you want to pay £22
for one can,
import tax on one can. So yeah. So I mean, I think it's turned out really well.
I mean, it definitely looks like a West Coast, doesn't it? You know, it's a tiny little bit hazy.
Yeah.
Tiny bit. But
well, I didn't use any finings.
No. But the colour's fantastic.
Yeah.
And a really nice
colour,
tight white head on it as well.
Yeah. So yeah, nice, and it's super white as well. So it's dry hop just with Citra and I'll put it on the thing.
We'll put it on. You'll put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen.
You'll put it on the screen. So not pressure fermented. Fermented just in the chubby. Just obviously set 0 psi. Yeah, it went smoothly. The yeast that they use, they believe that it could be the actual yeast. It might be. So
the exact same yeast that they use at the brewery.
They're led to believe, yeah. So it should be a very good clone. I can't tell you how close it is to the real thing. All I can tell you is it a good beer or not?
Okay, well, I mean, it's an 8.5 on looks for me. It's really nice colour, really nice white head.
If someone said, like,
haze,
if someone had like a colour chart and it's like, just pick a beer.
Pick a West Coast colour, yeah.
Yeah, it would be that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would.
It would. I'm going to go for a sniff.
Well, I'm going to give it a 9 if you're going to be patient. You can't wait, can you? You cannot wait.
It's the first beer of the day, so it's probably what time is it? Like 11:15. So.
Right, okay.
Oh, mate, that smells mega. When I say it's right up, when you said this would be right up my street, you were absolutely spot on. It's so like tangerine-y and orangey, isn't it?
So this beer is probably about.
Man.
It's been on. I think it's about 3 weeks old, so it's a fresh beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that is great smelling, isn't it? Yeah, really tangerine-y.
It's like and it smells like super clean as well, isn't it? There's no like funky yeast flavours or anything like that. Not really a lot of malt stuff going on in the aroma.
No. I mean, like I say,
we'll get that in the flavour though, won't we?
Yeah, but it's not heavy on the malt because it's only a light beer, isn't it? So
yeah. It's probably a 9.2 on smell for me. That.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good. It reminds me a lot actually of the aroma from when we did that neck oil clone.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very similar to.
Yeah, I'm gonna
kind of smell.
Give it 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we drink it?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Cool. Cheers guys.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. That's really nice. That is a really nice beer. Oh, it's such a long flavour as well. It develops as you.
And it's really soft on the bitterness. So
yeah, it's not too bitter. Very highly carbonated, mate. I would say.
You think?
And as always, your fridge is set to like minus penguin.
I like my beer cold. What can I say?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is clearly a West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
But it's not, because that's what was annoying me with some of the other West Coast IPA. It was just too hoppy for the sake of it. It was just like the bitterness on the side of my tongue just got pulled away, whereas this is actually just like refreshing. I mean, if you were having this with spicy food, it'd be the perfect choice.
Yeah, like a really hot curry or a chili or something like that.
Absolutely. And it's really flavoursome, but it's really light, isn't it, as well?
It is, yeah. I mean, we'll probably get onto how sessionable it's going to be in a little bit, but I would say that it's got a really nice, like biscuity flavour, like a biscuity, crackery type flavour. Nice bitterness, and that hop flavour that kind of develops after you've drank it, like a good 5 or 10 seconds of flavour still develop in your mouth. It's really nice, and like you say, it's really refreshing, and it's really light.
I think the water profile I set on this, I went for American Pale Ale. That's the type, because you can go on the grain farm and select the type, so it's American Pale Ale that I went for it. So,
tasty, mate.
Yeah,
tasty. It's really good. It's
So what are you going to score it?
I'm going to give it 8, 9.
8, 9, or 8 or 9?
8.9.
All right, doesn't quite.
No, not quite got to.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not my. I mean, it's very good. It's not my type of beer, so to speak, but it really hits that style. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, it's mega. Price wise, this was. So it's 19 litre batch, so 35 pints. It's £36, which means it's £1.2 per pint.
Okay. It's not, I'd say that's okay. I think it's
pretty good. I mean, it's not blowing me away with the price on it, because, like, you know, when I think about other beers that we've made, which are like stronger, hoppier beers for the same price, but I think with this one, the yeast that comes with it is probably going to be like 12 quid for the yeast.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the thing, like, if you were to make this beer with a £3 pack of yeast, you'd be saving loads on the price, but you're probably not going to get.
No.
Burps. It's very carbonated. You're not gonna. You're really not gonna get that same. Probably crispness. I don't think.
Yes, and it's really crisp, isn't it? Really crisp. So. Okay, so I'll probably give that a 7.5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was what I was thinking. Sessionability, though, is where this beer is going to shine through, because it's only, well, if you follow the recipe properly, unlike this guy, it's only going to be 3.7%.
I just can't remember. I thought.
All right, okay. Well, let's say it's 3.7% then. So it's a 3.7% beer. It is got a really nice slight bitterness. It's not going to like switch you off.
It's true to the West Coast style, though.
Still true to the West Coast style, and the flavour's incredible on it. I mean, I could definitely have 8 of these. 9,
wow.
8 and a half of these.
That is a big
sessionability score as well. Yeah.
So for me, I mean, like I say, it's not my style of beer. But I do find it refreshing on a hot day. I would say 6.
Yep.
6 pints of that. Absolutely.
Absolutely mega, though.
So.
Love it. And before he ruins my life, here is the oyster score for this beer. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Smash like, hit subscribe. There's a link in the description down below for this beer, and also for the Bells Oberon one if you want to know more about the history of Bells.
Yeah, and to see the beer review on that, because that was a super tasty beer.
Yeah, we probably need to make that again.
Yep. Absolutely.
Perfect. Right. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Oysters out.